Alright, peoples. Everybody's been bitching and moaning about not having any updates or anything. I've been busy as shit working on some other crap, and everything's a friggin' mess. As you can see, the car's a mess. There's the steering wheel. First off, got rid of the old piece of shit crown that was back here that was broken. Sold that the other day to a friend, and he's gonna figure out real fast that there's only one place that fixes it. It's in Tacoma, Washington, and it's gonna cost $300 to ship there from here, probably, which is why I didn't get it fixed. Got this door right here. This one's not back together yet, but I'm just kind of lazy. Put the other one back together, but I don't know if this was in the last video or not. There's a bunch of angle iron in the door. Along with factory braces, but there's like 40, 25, 30 foot of steel in there, and it's panel bonded with the 3M panel bond to the door, and then dynamited over with for the most part 2 layers, and it's solid. It is not gonna flex. The other door is all back together, layer of mat on the outside. And as you can see, I have no inside door handles, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Maybe a button or something. Got my gauge cluster here. This is kind of temporary. There's going to be some switches in it for the headlights since I took the factory switch out, but it's all purple. It's probably going to look blue on here, though. It doesn't pick up purple worth a damn. But those are from Dakota Digital. That was pretty sweet. Just got to get my oil pressure sensor hooked up and should be good. Purple speaker wire everywhere too, even though you won't see it. It's got to be purple. Everything's purple. I got to do my air vents here. I have to find some kind of flange or something to hold it in, but the iPad dealio is still sitting there. It has no progress, and it's probably not gonna have any progress for a while until I figure out some sort of slide or track system so it moves out linear and not all rickety and shit like my first design did, because I was lazy and really couldn't find anything else to work, so I made something, but just got the actuator shoved in there. And I got my headliner in. Now, I didn't really want to use this stuff because all the guys from DOA use this, and I don't want to feel like a copycat. I like to be original. But I had no other choice. The cow print was an epic fail. The shit that I actually ordered from Israel and took a month to get here wasn't the right shit. So I just went with the good old spike shag, and this car is a mess. All this crap, all besides the dust on the floor, is like just fur, and I'm covered in it, and it sucks. But I'll get that figured out sooner or later. Seats are still sitting here. I'm waiting on some new seats, and I gotta call Cat Skin, get some custom seat covers, some black and purple suede, of course. There's the front speakers minus the grill mesh that's gonna go on the top of it, but you kind of get the idea of what it's gonna look like. I think I posted some pictures up. Still haven't decided what kind I want to use, but got a 4x10 sheet of the hexagon, so I think I'll use that. Console's in there temporarily, having some fitment issues, so I'm going to figure that out. Those armrests are just sitting there. They're going to go farther back and up a little, so they actually are functional. Got a nice LED channel in here, some aluminum channel, some purple LEDs from superbrightleds.com. The place is amazing. But I'm not going to turn it on because it's too much of a pain in the ass to do holding an iPad. And I think this thing's zoomed in, and I have no idea how to zoom it out. So, whatever, deal with it. But you kind of get the picture. Both panels are covered. Looks pretty badass. Just need to get everything in. Boston Acoustics order. I got to wait until 1st of February to order, since that's right around when I ordered all the shit for my truck. Got to wait a year to get it cheap. And up here, got the MTX TXC 4.1s or whatever they're called. Kind of changed the design of that a little bit. If you remember, it was kind of like what the ones on the dash looked like, but once I got the shag up there, I decided that was going to be a little overkill to do rings and stuff, so I just mounted them in there. I think they look cool like that. And those are expensive little shits. Those cost more than the Boston speakers. But hopefully they sound good. I needed some 4-inch components. And I don't know, there's really nothing else besides the best thing in the whole car as of right now, which is going to be a pain in the ass to film, but I think I got it covered, is the slide. And it turned out pretty well. I think I was gonna put something on the front of it, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that because it doesn't really look like much is there until you open it. It's kind of cool. But there's 2 Boston GTA 602s. Those will run those little bitty speakers next to it, and probably not those. Probably the ones in the dash, so I have control over everything. But I bought one of those offline, and I've had one for a while. I found it in town somewhere for cheap, so those are the only 2 amps I have at this moment, but they're all covered in purple suede, and everything pops off. It's all accessible. And let's see if I can get that baby back in there. But yeah, I mean, once you're playing it and all the fur kind of levels out, it doesn't look like anything's there, and I think it's pretty cool. But it also, I don't know if I explained this before, but it's going to go out to about right there at a show. But if I need to tune it, the way these amps are, everything's on the back, and I do not want to take that bitch out of there, so it comes out even farther. And you can take it off and get to all the controls and everything. It's actually a 20-inch actuator, but only needs to move 12, so I had to get that down because I'm used to having to change shit on the fly at shows and whatnot, so it's got to all be accessible. The air conditioning controls and everything, climate controls, are probably going to go in overhead console. And nobody makes anything custom for that, so I am customizing my own. I found a way to make everything purple. All the digital screen and everything that it originally had in it, the ugly shit, it's all purple. So it's probably not going to be for a while, but we'll see. Well, there's really nothing else to show you other than this messy-ass car and this messy-ass garage, but whatever. Hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek, but there's going to come a time where there is going to be no more sneak peeks. Probably a month before it's done, when everything's starting to look complete. Bye-bye pictures, you can just come see it for yourself. And then once it's out there for a while, I'll probably post pictures up and whatnot, but I don't know. Figured I'd show you guys.